I'm down if you are.
Oh my God. I'm never drinking again. Please help me. Greater powers of the universe.
You can take one person that you've never met in your life to live with you.
To live with me.
Who do you take?
Like
On the moon.
Where am I going again?
To the moon.
Then I'm taking someone from fucking NASA. Like, I don't know. Like, what do you mean? I'm taking a fucking, like, whoever the astronaut is.
No.
At NASA's best astronaut, that's who I'm taking. I don't even know
NASA is covering everything from headquarters down on Earth. You can take anybody you want, and NASA will help you figure it out with them.
Like, I can take anyone else.
Yes.
Besides, so, like, the actual travel to space is fine. Everything's good.
Yes.
Like, food's taken care of, everything.
Just someone that you can hang out on the moon with.
I have
for 2
so many
years.
questions.
Yep.
Someone to just hang out with? I'm definitely taking, like a celebrity crush.
Okay, well, give me names.
Who, you know what celebrity I have a really big crush on? Shensia. I'm taking her to the moon. We're going to the moon, baby.
Shensia?
Shensia.
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 Shensia?
Shensia. That's how you guys say it.
Is she good at
Yeah.
music?
I mean, I hope she's good. Or music, yeah, she's good.
Let's start the pod. I take Obama.
Welcome back to episode 3, Midlife Crisis, the podcast with just the right amount of overthinking.
Yep.
All right, today we're going to talk about current events and culture, things that we found interesting during the week. We are going to talk about some things going on in TV, film, and music. Well, actually not music, mostly just TV, TV and film. We're going to give our hot takes. We're going to do our segment of what hurts this week and give some stories. We're going to introduce a new segment that was Jeff's idea. Shit my kids said or did. And then we're going to end off the episode with our 5v5 draft, where this week's theme is greatest childhood lunchtime snacks.
Yep.
So let's get into it.
Let's get a big dog.
Let's go. All right, let's jump into it. Okay, we're going to start with current events and culture.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to do mine, and then you'll do yours. And these are just things that we came across in the past week that we found interesting.
Yep.
So I'll start it off. Something I saw on my feed, Forever 21 filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. And the reason I thought this was interesting is because it's a brand that we grew up with. I remember, like, going to the mall as a teenager and, like, either shopping here or like H&M and other things like that. It's a business that's struggled to keep up with a lot of like overseas commerce, competing with like businesses like Shein, Shein being a Chinese company. And Shein supplies a lot of like cheap apparel. Like these jeans are from Shein, for example. It's like $20, $25 jeans. Like you can find a bunch of clothing there, and there's a lot of people that shop, and there's this kind of like, I guess you could call it like a loophole where they're able to sell and ship product into the U.S. and not have to pay duties on the product, on the goods, so long as the value is $800 or below.
Is the quality actually good though?
It's not. No, the quality is terrible. But I mean, even like the quality for Forever 21, I would argue wasn't great.
Oh, okay.
But like this is like a common theme. A lot of business has. I mean, like I would say like the reason that the 99-cent store went out of business.
They did.
Yeah, it's because of businesses like Temu, because like all these little knickknacks and like $1 things. I mean, you can literally buy it and get it shipped free from China.
Dollar Tree is still around though, right?
Dollar Tree is, but I mean, these businesses are struggling because of, what I'm describing here.
Yeah.
So anyway, it was less about like the whole not having to pay duties, although that is a thing. But it's more just like an observation on like all the businesses that have kind of come and gone that we grew up with. Like another recent one that I saw was Party City. That was like, I don't know, like maybe like a month ago or so. But it's just, there's like this trickling of just businesses coming and going. So
Party City was fun to go into and just check it out.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
The costumes would never fit me though.
It didn't matter. Still bought it.
Yeah. So
That and Allen Party Supply. Remember that one?
yes,
Same thing.
yeah.
Same idea.
Same type of thing.
Yeah.
Party City was just, I think, heavier on like the costumes for like.
Yeah. Definitely.
All right, you have yours.
My first one is I saw a beautiful, beautiful portrait a couple days ago. Came across it on my timeline. It was of President Donald Trump in Colorado. Someone drew or painted a portrait of him, and he was not happy. I thought it looked beautiful. I thought it was very one-to-one. Just a very well thought out painting. What do you think?
I saw it. It's funny you brought it up, and then I saw it like a few seconds later. It just like popped up on my feed when you brought it up. I thought the painting looked good, but his eyes looked small. And then his cheeks were a little droopy.
Yeah. He was not a fan. And the reason we bring this up is because I think it's funny that, someone would draw or paint something for someone and they would immediately say, nah,
I'm not a fan.
no, that's not me. It's terrible.
Get that out of here.
Yeah. And I'm not going to lie. It's a funny looking painting.
Yeah. And like, dude, I mean, I paint from time to time. It is hard to paint features like for just like humans, like the proportions and everything. So with that in mind, I think the painting is a really good painting. But yeah, it's just, just upsetting the Don.
Do you think it's the painting itself or the person itself that's not very good looking? Next topic.
Yeah, next topic. Okay, something else that I came across on social media this past week, current events and culture. John Cena. John Cena. Wrestling is definitely back in the mainstream pop culture zeitgeist, I would say. I grew up watching wrestling. I know you're obviously like the wrestling fan between the both of us.
Yeah.
I'm just aware of it because of you, through you, really. Mm-hmm. But dude, I've been seeing it. The whole. At first, I saw the heel turn and like the whole Rock moment with Travis Scott and like the whole beating up on Cody Rhodes, and then and then what came up on my social media feed for this moment was John Cena addressing the crowd and basically being like, "I'm in a toxic relationship with you guys," and the whole "you can't see me." I don't know what like the full extent of the story is, but what stuck out is like he singled out this kid in the crowd and called him out, and there's a bunch of funny memes about it. Yeah,
it was this kid that was dressed in full John Cena garb, hat, t-shirt, sweatbands, everything, and he made this kid look dumb because this kid was like, "I love you, John Cena," and he pointed at him and said, "You kid. You are the reason. You're the toxic relationship in my life."
Which is like, what does that even mean?
So John Cena is saying that he was a good guy for so long that he did everything for the fans and they were mean to him. Did not appreciate him when he was around.
I see.
He was so on top of the world forever that people got bored a little bit, I think. And now that he's finally playing the villain, he's able to lash out and say, get out of here, guys.
I like it.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good.
I have a John Cena shirt from when we went to that wrestling event.
Oh, you bought one?
Yeah, I bought one.
Oh, I know.
I have like the "You Can't See Me" like going away tour shirt.
Oh,
the red one.
So in
I have the one that the kid was wearing. I think.
Wow.
Yeah,
you're part of the problem.
I know. I'm part of the problem.
The toxic
dude.
relationship.
John Cena has it out for me. Do you have another?
So this happened tonight and was sad about it. I was actually going to bring up that her and Jaden Daniels,
Juju
Watkins, were singing together, just hanging out, friends or something else, who knows. But it seemed like they were, getting along pretty well. I thought that was cool. And then tonight she got really hurt.
Yeah.
We don't know the extent.
Yeah. And for context, Juju Watkins is a basketball player for the women's team at USC.
SC.
And then Jaden Daniels is the quarterback
for the Commanders,
NFL. Washington. Yep. I hope that the injury isn't as bad as it seemed. I didn't see like any video. Did you see video? Because I know.
Yeah,
she brought it up.
She was driving on a fast break and her knee just goes out, and it's likely ACL tear or something with the knee, obviously. But it's just a sad day when someone that's that popular, goes down.
Yeah,
and obviously, she'll come back, but
dude. It just like hurts my soul right now.
Yeah. And the tournament too.
Yeah. So, All right. Well, I hope she's okay.
Yeah.
Like as okay as she can be.
Yeah.
Given the injury. Okay. Something else that I saw this past week, Bobby Hundreds, who is one of the co-founders of this really popular brand. When we were teenagers, it was like peak moment for the brand. It's called the Hundreds. And back then, everyone used to wear these like logo tees with like this script font that said the Hundreds.
Yep.
I don't think you knew this, but he actually went to Poly.
No way.
Yeah, he went to Poly High School.
What year?
I don't know the year. This is I'm before my brother. Like
Okay.
This is early days. Anyway, super successful brand. The Hundreds had a store in Fairfax, a bunch of other stores, really big online retail, bunch of collaborations with a bunch of brands. And recently he announced like the closing of the Fairfax store, which had been there for years, kind of like a sad moment, but then popped out with this news. He is now the VP of creative for Disney Consumer Products, which is really cool to see for me. Cause obviously like I'm in the creative space as a designer and working for like, corporate design, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And for this, like, the reason this like meant something or was like a oh shit kind of moment is because he's like the metaphorical artsy kid in the back of the class who you don't necessarily expect to like, climb up the ranks of like the corporate ladder, but then obviously super successful in his own, with his own brand, entrepreneurial person. And then now he's going to have a seat at the table doing work for Disney.
Yeah.
And like granted, like the position that he has he's not like the VP of creative like for the entire company. It's consumer products specifically, but still, in my opinion, a step in the right direction for Disney as a whole. I think Disney's kind of just been, not doing the best as far as like hitting the cultural moments,
Being in tune
with the people. So this is a good thing.
So can I ask, the font for the Hundreds, that was not the same as the Disney font, right?
No, not even close.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah.
But like now he's in it.
Yeah. So now he's just being brought on. My take on this is that Disney is on this like recovery campaign. Mm-hmm. They're aware of, hey, we're kind of flopping on a bunch of different areas, like whether it be the parks or the entertainment, the movies, TV, streaming platforms. What can we do to like, get back in touch with like the people that connect with the brand?
Yeah.
And I think this is one piece of that. It's a very small piece, but like consumer products, I mean, like this, I see this extending to like the merch that you buy at the parks and like special releases. Maybe there's like a collab between Disney and like a popular brand or whatever. So I think this will be very like millennial leaning for people like us that know who he is, or even like even for people that don't know who he is, just like can identify with what's going on. So
is his last name actually Hundreds?
No, it's Bobby Kim.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but that's, I mean, back then, like everyone that had a brand, that's kind of like, that's actually, it's funny you bring that up. That's why my Instagram handle is AG Not For Sale.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Because it was a thing. It was like everyone would do like their name or initials and then like their brand.
Look at that.
So anyway, moving on. Do you have any other?
Next one. I don't understand it, and I want to hear from you, Adrian, and from everybody else, I guess. Mouth tape.
Jesus.
I don't understand it, but I'm down to try and understand it. I'm not going to buy it, but you might be down to buy it. Try it out. If you buy it for me, I'll try it out.
Okay, so I've seen the mouth tape ads pop up on my feed. It's so funny because like I feel like there's this wave of like wellness and like how to look younger and how to be more fit and all this, like a bunch of products, and like mouth tape is just one of those ones that's just like, in my opinion, fucking ridiculous. What do you mean I tape my mouth and I look younger and my breath doesn't stink when I wake up? How does that even work? I don't get it.
I don't either, but maybe they know more than we do. And the whole thing about making your jawline
more
sharper,
defined.
probably bullshit, right?
Yeah.
But maybe I am a mouth breather or a mouth open sleeper.
Just got that mouth open.
Yeah, no, seriously. I'm drooling. I've been a drooler forever, and so maybe I need that mouth tape to keep my mouth shut. Maybe it's gonna help me out. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be buying that, dude. Or maybe we should buy it.
try it out.
And then check it out.
Or we do the DIY version and just get some, duct tape and try it first.
Damn, I just waking up to like no facial hair, just skin off your lips, just peeled off.
But I've seen it everywhere, so maybe it is a thing.
I mean, maybe. Okay, my next one, Happy Gilmore, coming back with a sequel.
Yep.
I haven't watched the full trailer. I've seen a bunch of highlights on social media. I know you watched the trailer. I think it's really cool that Bad Bunny's the caddy.
Yep.
What are your comments?
Skeptical, to be honest, at first, because the first is so beloved and it's classic, right? But also the trailer looks good. It does. All the old cast is back, and I think that cautious optimism is okay to have.
Yeah.
Are you excited or no?
I am, obviously, even more so now. I think when I first watched it, I wasn't even like interested in golf. Now, being a golf fan, and I've since starting golf. I've watched the movie multiple times.
Yeah.
It's so good. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think this is one of those, like, because obviously, like, we've seen a bunch of like redos or remakes of like movies or different like
Not
IPs.
good sequels.
Exactly. This is one that I'll give the pass to. That I'm like, okay. Plus, I fuck with Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
So
and it's been in the pipeline for a long time.
Yeah.
It's a Netflix release. It's not coming to theaters. It's in the summertime, so everyone's going to be at home or golfing, and they're going to want to watch.
yeah, I'm excited for that one actually.
Yeah, Shooter's back.
Shooter.
And you said Bad Bunny is the caddy.
Bad Bunny is the caddy. That's right.
Okay, let's go into really quickly top three
Adam
Sandler movies all time.
Okay. My top is probably Happy Gilmore. The OG.
Number one.
Number one.
Okay.
What is it? Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
Number two.
Yeah, and then the third one would be, what is it called? The one where he like plays like, or he's like a kid, or he's grown, but he's like he goes back to school.
You know it, big dog. You know it.
No, what is it? Billy Madison.
Billy Madison. I actually would watch a sequel to that one too.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
Where he's the father, and his kid is also a dumbass like he was. I don't know. Maybe not.
I don't know if that would fly.
That wouldn't work. Number one, I think for me, it's Waterboy.
Yeah.
Waterboy growing up was amazing. Number two, we'll go Happy Gilmore. It's just classic, right? Number three, Billy Madison was probably on replay as well. But then you got Mr. Deeds. You got
really good.
Even 8 Crazy Nights. Was it 8 Crazy Nights? The one about the animated one. Oh, so good. The Hanukkah song. Remember the Hanukkah song?
Yeah.
Right? Classic.
Well, I'm still on Waterboy. But H2O.
Oh, Gatorade. Right? Incredible. So, yeah.
Dude, Adam Sandler is, in my opinion, I think his movies have just aged so fucking well.
Not all of them.
Well, hold on. Before I'll ask you which one you think or which ones you think haven't. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that there's just this like beautiful thing about like, it's like back then you watched it and you're like, oh, this is kind of stupid and dumb.
Yep.
Like, oh, silly movie. But then now you watch it and you're like, oh, I love how this movie makes me feel.
Yeah. You can, at least for me, it was the movie that my dad and I and Jason would go see in the summertime. It's not serious. It's Big Daddy. It's Billy Madison, whatever. It's just fun. And it's Adam Sandler doing his thing.
Yeah.
And even now, have you seen Uncut Gems?
Dude, yeah, I love that movie.
Incredible. The one Hustle, the one on Netflix about him.
Really good.
Oh, dude, amazing movie.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, like, I don't know if you've seen like on social media, he just seems like such a cool dude.
Yeah.
Like, to like come across in person. He's a hooper.
Yeah.
He's a nice dude.
Yeah.
He's always like swagged out in like the most casual clothing.
Yeah. We even have at my school, we have Adam Sandler dress up day.
Yeah.
Dress like Adam Sandler.
Yeah, that's fucking
It's
cool.
money.
All right. Do you have any other?
Yeah, very quickly, with the release of Assassin's Creed Shadows on gaming systems, it's doing well. But I think that the gaming industry as a whole right now is kind of on the downturn. And it's troubling because I think a lot of people are getting laid off, losing their jobs. And it worries me as a gamer because I want to see good games come out more frequently, right? But there can only be so many live service games. There can only be so many Marvel Rivals, so many Fortnites, so many Apexes. A lot of them are coming out and they're not hidden. Or the single player games are coming out, once every 10 years. And I think the budgets are too high. I think the time period between games is too long, and I think it's kind of hurting the industry as a whole.
Yeah.
So with Assassin's Creed, I know like Ubisoft, the producer developer of that, they've been really, really struggling. So hopefully this one helps them out a little bit, because I love Far Cry, I love other games like that, but I think that the industry as a whole needs to maybe shift back to like just making fun games quicker.
Yeah.
So
I never played Assassin's Creed because I didn't have the Xbox 360. Like I had the Xbox, and then I think that was it. I don't think I ever got another Xbox system. I just jumped over to PlayStation 3
PS4,
and then just took it from there. Yeah. So I never like got into Assassin's Creed during that era, so it just never stuck with me. But I always wanted to play it. I don't think I would get into it now.
No, I'm not a fan, but I want it to do well.
Yeah, but I do think that there's something to like people, or just these companies, just it would be nice if they just explored like a new idea, or a new IP. Yeah. All right. I got my next one is the Dodgers MLB. Shohei Ohtani, just piggybacking off the video game. Shohei Ohtani had a Fortnite skin release recently, which is pretty cool. And the reason I think it's cool is because I feel like in general, like sports have been doing a really good job of kind of doing like collaborations with things that are relevant in culture. I mean, like the Lakers had like this anime night with One Piece. Not just that one. I think the Dodgers also had like this like collab, or they have this collab with Demon Slayer, which is another anime.
You're all in on
dude. I got put on the anime, and like I'm not looking back.
Attack on Titan is the one that you
Attack on Titan is the one that I want you to watch. Yeah. Anyway.
Sorry.
So yeah, like really cool thing to have the Fortnite skin for Shohei.
Is he running around and shoot people?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's a character. I think you can like have multiple skins. You can play him as like him in his jersey as a Dodger, and then there's another one where he's like a samurai.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then they being the Dodgers, recently had their opening in Japan. They played the Cubs. They won the 2 games, and these games did count towards their record for the season. But what was cool about it is that it was in Japan, and they also recently, the MLB did a collab with the Dodgers, along with a few other teams, in collaboration with Takashi Murakami, who's a very popular artist. I know you might not be as aware, but I mentioned it to you earlier. He's this artist who's a lot older now, super well known in like the art space and like, you know, complex type of area, like artsy, hype beast, all that stuff. He did the cover for Kanye's Graduation, and his like caricatures and whatnot are like super well known. They're very like iconic. He's done a bunch of stuff like that. He also had a recent collaboration with Louis Vuitton, actually. But anyway, like super cool to see the Dodgers do that. They did an apparel collab. They had like, you know, their hats, jerseys, a bunch of different kind of merch, and like it sold out in seconds. It was I wanted to try to get a hat, but then in advance I was like, I'm not gonna. I'm not even gonna like sit around on the computer. But anyway,
my cousin Molly and Memo, they went to Japan to watch these 2 games, or maybe one, and it just looked like a blast. You know, playing in that stadium there with so many Japanese players on their team now, incredible. And when Shohei hit a home run, watching that video of the crowd going crazy, it just looked like an amazing time.
Dude, I feel like the Japanese crowd when it comes to baseball is just on a whole different level than America.
Yeah,
not even close.
Just cool.
The passion is just, insane. Do you have any more for current events and culture?
That's all I got.
No? Okay. All right. I'll wrap it up with 2 more. One, you can now finance your DoorDash deliveries with Klarna. Klarna just announced that they're available on DoorDash. Klarna is like a, order now or buy now, pay later type of business. Where you can finance not just DoorDash, but like other things.
What's the limit on that for a DoorDash?
I don't know. I'm guessing it's
as big as you want.
It's as big as you want. And then it just gets segmented out into like a, series of payments across 3 months, 6 months, whatever, depending on. I've used it before, not for DoorDash, but like for clothing, because there's online stores that have it as an option. You'll see it a lot now, like on checkout. They'll give you the option if you want to, like, and a lot of times like they offer no interest. Like no interest, like, you just split into 3 payments, whatever, as like a way to just, get used to using the service.
So
But
it makes it more accessible too.
but yeah, like I just thought it was crazy that you can now finance your Taco Bell.
Yeah.
you know. And also Klarna recently announced that they're going to IPO. So, and then my last point is, or the thing that I found interesting is this whole viral fitness bro moment with this like big old black buff dude who's doing his morning routine, making us all feel bad about ourselves.
Waking up at 3 a.m.
Waking up at 3 a.m. I mean, I don't know if I showed you the videos. I don't know if everyone that would listen or is listening to this right now has seen it, but for me, fucking hilarious. What's funny about it is all the comments, because like, you know, this dude's like ripped and
he's big,
like,
he's
you know,
big
like huge dude. And he's like nice apartment or wherever he lives, and he's showcasing like his morning routine, and it's like 4 a.m. get up, and then he has this thing where he like dunks his face in like sparkling water with ice. Yeah. So there's like
you don't do that.
No, I don't do that. I mean, I guess I should though if I want to be successful like this guy.
Yep.
But anyway, there's so many funny comments that I've seen. Like, I think the one that stuck out to me the most was like, bro is getting ready to get ready.
In the morning.
Yeah. And when I saw this, it made me think of your conversation from one of the last episodes where you were saying, you were talking about dog owners and like dog food, and how like there's all this content on social media that makes people feel bad for not like giving their dogs a certain type of food. And this is kind of in the same boat. It's like, oh, like, if you aren't waking up at 4 a.m. and you're not dunking your face in this sparkling water bowl with ice, you're not on your shit. You're not going to be successful. And, but yeah, dude, it's been so funny. There was like a response video that this guy posted. I don't know his name or like, you know, but he's like a social media influencer. And, it was reposted on Complex, Pop, and I commented on it, and I said something like, his voice sounds exactly like what I expected, because he has like this like super like kind of like feminine voice. I don't know.
I can't hate too much.
Nothing wrong with that, by the way, but it's just like, you know, super buff dude. Just there has to be something that just doesn't fit.
It to me, it's the camera. It's the using the phone to record every single moment of your morning routine that obviously no one would record this.
No one would do that.
So the fact that he did it for every single minute of his morning routine, which is not real, it was dumb.
Yeah.
But okay, wait. This guy was rubbing banana peel on his face to exfoliate.
He was. Yeah. I guess we need to do that, dude.
Stuff like that.
If we want to stay young.
Yeah. I'm not going to hate too much, but I'm going to hate on that a little bit. Come on now. Don't do that.
Yeah. The content was a little ridiculous. Very funny though to see all the comments and the memes and everything. But yeah. All right, let's move on. All right, so the next segment, I should say. The next segment is TV, film, and music. I only have one.
Real fast. Can I go through the March Madness?
Oh yeah.
All right, ladies, gentlemen, we have the March Madness Sweet 16 filled and ready to rock for next weekend. So I want to go through the winners and losers of the first two rounds of the NCAA
Before you do,
men's bracket.
Before you do, I just want to say that I haven't been keeping up. So this is Jeff catching me up on everything that's been going on.
And I am in no way an expert, but I have been able to watch a couple of the games at school. Actually, I have them on for my students on Thursday and Friday when the tournament starts, because am I a good teacher? No, but I wanted to watch. So we have in our first loser spot of the tournament, and I'm only doing men's because that's all I watch right now, actually, is the underdogs. There was no team seeded 11 or lower in the Sweet 16, which is, in my opinion, a little frustrating, because we want to see the underdogs win, right?
Yes,
we do.
Every time.
Yes, but there are no underdogs in the Final 16. Loser number 2 are the betting websites and the gambling nerds / addicts.
I think people just have been gambling less in general.
Oh, I don't know about that one. Gambling is crazy right now.
I don't know. I think people are just not gambling as much.
Hopefully, because that's better for our society and better for me and my wallet. Because honestly, for a while, I was pretty addicted. I was betting $10 on every single, sports game there was. Maybe not 10.
Parlay. And I would like Oprah. You get a parlay. You get a parlay. You get a parlay.
I'd be hitting probably 1 out of 10. So it's probably good. Tori, I love you. Okay. So anyways, a lot of these gambling nerds were harassing players for their performance. And I think that's BS. I think it's bullshit that this St. John's kid, his name's RJ Lewis Jr., he had to delete his social media because people were sending him a bunch of hate. I don't know if it was, to the point of, like crazy stuff, but he was getting stuff for missing shots or for being the scapegoat.
Because people didn't hit like their parlays and stuff.
Yes.
I see.
Because they didn't hit their gambling parlays or whatever. Dumb.
Man, dude, what's going on?
So those losers that lost their bets are my loser number 2 in my winners and losers. Loser number 3, UConn and Coach Dan Hurley, the 2-time defending national champions, are out. Say it with me.
Out.
Okay, good. And honestly, I'm glad they're out because they beat SCSU a couple years ago in the final. And Dan Hurley, the coach, is a whiny piece of shit. Okay.
I saw that you were waiting for me to
I thought you would. So he was saying, and I quote, as he lost and walked off the court, he was saying to the next team playing on that same goddamn court, and I quote, "I hope they don't fuck you, Baylor, like they fucked us." So he was saying that about the refs. Okay, so it grinds my gears. When someone loses and blames the ref for them losing, okay, there's so many plays you need to make. You do not blame the ref as a coach or as a player if you lose.
Yeah.
I think 99% of the time.
Okay.
Especially as a coach walking off. Okay. So the media director, whoever who caught this on camera was threatening to release it. And the school told him like, hey, you can't release that or else, quote, I will ruin your life. That's what the school
said. That
the school told this guy who got this on camera, quote, I will ruin your life if you release this to the public, and they released it anyway.
Me.
Exactly. So I don't know. I'm glad they're freaking out.
Okay. Yeah.
Winners.
I didn't know all that.
Yeah.
I was a little sad like when I saw the news just because in the last I think it might have been the first episode when we were talking about it. You were like, "Oh, pick a team," and I was like, "UConn."
Yeah, exactly. you picked the front runner. Well, they were an 8 seed, but yeah. Anyway, lost. I'm glad they're out. Yeah. Winner number 1. There was a ref that allowed a bench warmer kid to come into the game.
I saw this.
This was the Oregon Liberty game in the first round. Oregon's up by 30. And this kid on the Liberty bench is checking into the game with about a minute left. And the ref comes over and fakes to find a wet spot
to like clean up
on the court just to allow this kid to come in.
Yep.
And it was just a beautiful moment. The kid even daps up the ref, like saying, thank you for letting me come in. Because this kid, it's the national tournament. Like it's 1 minute.
It's like a memory. It's like I can say that I played in the national.
Let me get in. It reminded me when I was in high school and I got, PT in the last minute when we were down 20.
Yep.
And it just
beautiful.
Like, I just wanted to play, bro. Like
I remember.
Dude, yeah. So this kid loved it, and I'm sure that the ref is getting a lot of love for it too. So good job, ref.
That was really cool. I saw that on social.
Yeah, it was great. Winner number 2, the Maryland buzzer beater. This kid, Derek Queen, freshman, he hit a running to the left, kind of off the glass buzzer beater to beat whoever it was.
Dog.
Did he travel? He took 3 steps, but did it go in? Yes. Dog. So his quote, actually, that I love this. His quote, in the timeout before he makes this, he said, "Give me the motherfucking ball. I'm from Baltimore." I think he said the "I'm from Baltimore" at the end, but he got the ball and he made it. Loved it. Okay.
Damn.
And the final couple winners, the transfer portal and the NIL, just deals with the players. I think it has boosted the game a little bit more in the past couple of years because there is a little bit more movement and these players are getting paid for all they do. I do like it. Okay. And finally, Tyrese Proctor from Duke. Cooper Flagg played like ass, I'm not going to lie, in the second round. But Proctor, I think he missed like maybe 1 3 or 2 threes out of maybe 10. He was going crazy. And Duke is, I think, the favorite, and they should be.
Okay. All right. I like it. Except for the NIL thing. The only reason I say that is because I do feel like there's this other element of some players getting lazy.
How so?
I don't know what coach it was. There's this like social media clip that I've seen where this coach is like just going in on his players and he's like basically saying like a lot of these players like think they're better than they are, and do you know what I'm talking about?
No, but
No? Okay. I wish I knew what specific team, because it just came back up on my feed, and like this clip has been like, it circulates. Like it like comes and goes. Anyway, but his whole point is like he's upset. Like it's clear that they lost or something. Something happened in the game, and he's just doing like the press conference after, and he's just talking about how a lot of his players like it's like hard to motivate them to play hard.
Yeah.
And it's because there's like this feeling of entitlement or like, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that with some of these NIL deals, some players, not all, but some players, it's like, well, you know, I don't have to play hard. I'm already the guy.
I'm getting paid.
I'm getting paid.
Yeah.
You know? So I think that's the other side of it. But
So you're right, because even on Michigan's team, I'm a Michigan fan, there was one player who already declared that he's going to transfer after this year, and they're still in. Like he's not getting PT or something, and he said, hey, I'm out.
Yeah,
so
same.
it's kind of like, it does, I think, devalue the commitment that most players maybe have going in. But I also think that if you're playing or not playing and you want to go somewhere else and to get maybe a chance, it gives you that chance.
yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that these players, if they have this much attention on TV, they should be getting paid for sure. But I do feel like there's a new problem to solve, which is this whole like, how do you get the players to play when they're getting paid outside? You know,
Do you think that?
I feel like the school should be allowed to pay them directly.
Okay.
Because right now it's not through the schools, right? With the
No,
NIL,
I
it's
think it's-
out. Yeah, they have to
yeah.
get outside like deals with sponsors or brands and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I also think that there's probably some under the table stuff going on.
Oh, for sure. That's been going around since forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So the high end schools with money are probably getting the best players.
Yeah. So
Which maybe not the best.
I don't know. Just, you know, little extra 2 cents. to throw
We
into
will be watching the Sweet 16 this weekend in Arizona,
Yep.
and we'll come back next Monday.
to see what happens.
To see where we're at.
Yeah. Okay. All right, let's move on. So TV, film, and music, things going on. I only have 1 point for this. Elizabeth Olsen, who plays Scarlet Witch, announced that she will not be in the next 2 Avengers movies. Now, I don't know if that was specifically like, I'm no longer going to act in the movies and someone's going to take my place, or if she's really just saying the Scarlet Witch character is just not going to be in, which is that's what I think it is.
Yeah, you told me this earlier today, and it made me a little sad. So I looked it up, and it does seem like she's not in it anymore.
Oh, I see.
But I hope not, because she's awesome, and she's one of my favorite characters in the MCU. And she's not dead. You know, she had rocks fall on her, but she'll be back, hopefully.
Yeah. Do you think that that's how they'll, like, if it is a new actress, that's how they'll play it off? It's like, oh, the rocks.
Oh, I don't know. Like they messed her face up or something. That would be terrible. That'd be terrible.
All right, let's move on. Wait, do you have any for this?
Yeah, quickly.
You have one?
Severance season 2 finale
Okay.
was, in my opinion, really good. And I think we're in this stage of TV now where the cinematography and the way everything looks, whether it be on Apple or Max or whatever, it looks really nice. And there's these beautiful vistas, beautiful, scenes that don't have much going on. And I think that's the issue with a lot of these shows now is the plot, the writing has taken a downturn. And even though I like the show, even though I like White Lotus and like Severance, not much is going on per episode. And the writing, the writing may not be what it should be when you compare it to something like Breaking Bad or to The Wire, which I didn't watch, but I heard good things, or to The Sopranos, or to Game of Thrones. So
where it's like there's like every 2 episodes or even every episode there's something that just like, oh fuck,
something crazy is going on, right?
Yeah.
So White Lotus is I love it, but it's also dragging a little bit this year. So that's my TV take of the week.
Okay, I like that. I do watch. Oh my god, why am I forgetting the name?
What do you watch, bro? I don't know.
Severance.
Bro, it's his any talking
Bro,
right now.
this is like midlife crisis like 101 right here. That
you any
it is
Adrian or
completely
out
like
Adrian?
woo.
Damn.
Anyway, I do watch that show. I need to catch up. I'm like 75% through. It's season 2, right?
right now,
yeah.
yeah,
Okay. I do not watch White Lotus, and I need to because I've been hearing about it for the longest time through you and also through like podcasts that I listen to. But anyway, all right, let's move on to hot takes.
Okay.
speaking of entertainment and things that you watch, I'm gonna open up my hot take with the new Snow White movie.
Okay. Haven't seen it.
I haven't either.
Let's first go into the critic reviews.
Okay. I mean, I don't know what the critics have said specifically, but I just, from what I've seen online, and also like, I'm judging this based on like my desire to watch the movie. And for context, I go and watch movies alone all the time. I watch everything. Everything that like is even on some cultural level relevant or in my opinion worth watching, which this would be just because it's Disney. I just have no desire to watch it. And my hot take is, so for context, it opened up in the box office 43 million. I want to say that it all in was good, like 250 million to make the movie. Okay. So they're in the negative. At 43 million opening, they are below the 2019 Dumbo
Did you watch
live action CGI release with Disney. Okay.
It was also not good, right?
I didn't watch that one either. No, and that movie wasn't.
It flopped.
Yeah. I mean, so my hot take is that Snow White should have been white.
Okay.
And before I get all this, like, you know, like, what do you mean? I'm all for inclusion. I'm all for all of these opportunities for, you know, I just think that the fail here is that if you are going to do a nostalgic play and you're going to bring back an old movie, you're honoring, and on some level, the integrity of the original movie. And part of the story here is that Snow White had skin that was white as snow. That's like where her name comes from. So I feel like not just that, but the main actress also made like some controversial comments on her opinion on like the original that people didn't necessarily like. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it's like if you're gonna do the nostalgia play, lean in. Yeah. Don't, you know, like there's times and places to do something new or do like a new version. And I feel like this was not one of them. I think that Disney has kind of done a lot of this and it's kind of reflected. It's kind of reflected on like the outcome on like how well a lot of these movies and, you know, shows perform. So that's my hot take.
Do you think that people just don't want to see the live action remakes of any of these old movies?
Well, I would say yes, but what's crazy is that Lion King, which I would not want to see as a live action, is one of the best performers.
It did well?
Yes.
The new one too about Mufasa?
No, the OG. Like the original, like
okay. The one with Okay.
So I agree with you. I don't think a lot of these movies should be redone or even made into live action. I think this is one where you get the pass.
Yeah.
But I mean, also like just playing off the whole inclusion thing, how are you going to have, you know, Snow White not be white and then have the dwarves be CGI instead of like little people actors? So that's my hot take. I don't know. I don't like it.
I think I read something that Peter Dinklage said about it.
Yes, he didn't have a good opinion about it.
Did he not want other little people to be in the role, or what did he want?
I think that's what his take was. Yes,
but
but it was less about like not wanting other people to play. It was more just like Disney shouldn't do a movie
about the dwarves
that would like give attention to.
But I don't know. There's a lot to say about that, I guess.
So anyway. Do you have a hot take?
My hot take is pretty simple. It's that pickup basketball is not that serious, and people should not take it that serious.
I like it.
And we're
LA
out there,
Fitness, that's for you.
LA Fit or Outdoor or 24, wherever you go to play. You are not the center of the universe, and
you're not getting paid.
You're not getting paid. And at the end of the day, you need to be nice and respectful to people that are playing. A very quick story. Playing at Indulca Park in Riverside on Sunday, like I always do. And I'm playing bad, whatever. But on the other team, there's someone that's playing pretty darn bad. He's a short guy. He made maybe one or two baskets, but he missed a whole lot of layups, a whole lot of jump shots. So he was taking with confidence. And he's just out there running.
Yeah.
He's just out there running. And exercising and trying to get some cardio in. And he's just playing ball. He's a good dude. He's smiling. He's dapping people up. And he's not on my team, but the other team loses by 1 or 2. It's a close game. And I'm going and I'm sitting on the sideline after the game, and two of his teammates are talking a lot of shit about this guy.
Okay.
And it made me a little upset. You know, they're saying like, how could he miss all those layups? How could he take that jumper when they were only down one, whatever. And I'm just listening. And then finally the guy who they're talking about goes over to them to dap them up and to say bye and to leave and say good game. And these two guys did not dap him up.
It's fucked up.
Yeah. And they just looked at him and shook their head, and he left, and I just felt bad. I was thinking to myself, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't be that guy. And just realize, hey man, this guy's trying. We're all trying. We all miss layups. I miss a lot of layups. You would probably miss a lot of layups.
I probably would.
And it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Like,
We're not good.
None of us are in the league if you're playing pickup basketball.
No, it just...
Dude, like even I remember like when we would actually go play pickup basketball on a consistent basis, like that shit used to bother me so much when people just would take it too serious.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, dude, we're just running here. We're just here to like work out, exercise.
Yeah.
Like you're not in the league. You're not getting paid for this. You won't.
I'm already mad at myself for missing that layup, bro. Like, yes, I get it. I suck.
It's not that serious. Yeah, I agree with your hot take. I do not like when people take stuff like that serious. Like, come on.
So,
all right, I got another hot take. This one's a light and quick one. Sending memes to your friends on social media is not an effective way to maintain the relationship.
Okay.
Even though I love when people send me memes.
Do they still say send dank memes only? Is that still a thing?
I mean, I've never heard of that, dude. Is that like a high school thing?
Maybe, I don't know.
Oh my god. So it's more of an observation because like I get sent memes from friends, which I do appreciate, but it's just so interesting that like that's what we he said liar. It's so interesting to me that like this is what we resort to now, because it's like, all right, like, you know, we don't necessarily hang out with some people or talk to them or text them or call them as much as we used to, but it's like a double-edged sword. It's like on one side it's like, okay, you see something funny and it's like, oh, I want to share this with someone, like share the joy. But then on the other side, it's like, dude, you haven't said hello to me in like years or whatever. It's like all I get from you is like a meme.
That you won't.
And at the same time, I know that the majority of us, we're not even like clicking through. We're just like fake, like crying, laughing emoji or just like ha ha ha, even though you didn't open it. So please keep sending the memes.
I'm split, dude. I think it's because I do try and open them all up, especially the ones that my good friends or my wife will send me. But you're right. You can't get to all of them. So at the end of the day, if you just reply, ha ha ha, and the like, you'll be fine. I guess
the real point of my hot take is that rather than just sending the memes, we should all make more of an effort to either send a text, like anytime that you think of a friend, or
a call.
Yeah, or a quick call, you know, like, hey, how you doing? How's your week? Whatever.
Yeah.
You know, and like, that's something that I'm also trying to work on for myself. And that was actually something that I had on my resolution for this year. Yeah. You know, goals to work on. Just like, try to keep in touch. But anyway, ready to move on?
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to
what? Oh, shit. What hurts this week? I remember the noise that we wanted to do. So every week we're doing what hurts this week.
What hurts this week.
And we're going to make that noise every time.
God. God help us. All right. Can I start off with this one?
Yeah.
All right. So my what hurts this week is a story from this weekend. My wallet hurts. So Saturday, it was Brennan's birthday brunch. And I had Cairo with me this weekend. So, you know, wake up, do our morning routine. I'll take Cairo with me to go to Denny's. We get some breakfast. Because, like, on occasion, I'll take Cairo. Like, we'll do, like, you know, breakfast with Dad. I want him to have that memory. And then I'm like, all right. In the past, if I get invited out to L.A., I'm usually, like, hesitant on the weekends that I have Cairo because I'm just like, oh, like, it's so much work and blah, 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 movement. Like, any parent that, you know, has kids, like, they understand. But the other side of me is also, like, wanting to maintain the relationships with people that I'm friends with. Yep. And, you know, a lot of my friends live in L.A., and I feel like I make enough of a conscious effort to get out there. So this weekend, I'm like, okay, I'm going. I got invited. Let me just do my regular routine with Cairo, but then mix in like this attempt at, you know, showing face. So we eat our breakfast, finish up at Denny's, and we drive. We do the hour long drive to LA, and I'm like 10 minutes away from the birthday brunch, and I had just put off the freeway, like, you know, going down a few blocks, and I could just tell something was wrong with my tire, dude. I got a flat tire. And I was like, fuck. I was like hoping that it wasn't a flat tire, but I just knew.
You could feel it.
But it felt different than like usual though, because I've had a flat tire like plenty of times before, and like it'll just do that, you know, feeling.
Did your light go on? The flat tire light?
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know, dude. Anyway, and what's tough about LA too is like it's not all the time that you can find a space to pull over. It's like, I mean, it's hard to find parking as it is. So luckily, like when I fully realized like what was going on and I could just feel the car being all weird, I was able to make a right and like turn into this parking lot and changed the tire, put the spare tire on. Thankfully I had a spare tire that was like, you know, in good condition and everything.
Yeah.
But it kind of like fucked up the day because, you know, had it just been me, maybe I'd go even with the spare tire and I still show up. But because Kyra was with me, I was like, damn, like I don't really want to risk it. Like what if something happens to the spare tire? Like, and like, then I got to tow my car all the way back home. And like, so I was like, okay, like let me just make my way back home. So we drove an hour to LA
To get there?
to get there. And then driving 2.5 hours back.
Why was the traffic so bad?
Dude, I don't know. There was traffic, and then part of the 60, like police had come onto the freeway and like shut down part of the freeway.
So Kyra was pissed.
Dude, I was literally parked on the freeway for 30 minutes, and Kyra was just fussy, and I was like pissed
Also
because I'm
fussy.
like, yeah, and I was also fussy, exactly. And yeah, dude, it was not a good experience. Finally, we made it home, thankfully. I'm just thankful, like, you know, nothing, like I didn't like blow out my tire on the freeway or anything like that and like have an accident or anything like that. But yeah.
It just sucks when you're trying to get out there.
It sucks when you're trying to get out there, and also when you got to drop almost $800 on a set of 4 tires. So, but yeah, thankfully we're safe. Everything's good. But my wallet is hurting off that unexpected purchase. Adulting.
Yep.
So, what about you?
What hurts this week for me is it's my jump shot, bro. My jump shot is so broken. No jumper, and I never did have one. But damn it, if my jumper is so bad right now, I must have been 0 for 10.
Oh God. Okay, this was this past Sunday, right?
Yeah, Sunday, and I usually can make at least a couple, but I couldn't make anything. I was being guarded by my buddy Luke, and Luke is a 37-year-old dog. Just a dog on the court. Like whenever I see Luke is at the park, I think to myself, okay, I need to play today.
Okay,
I need to try today. And I love guarding him because he's really good. His jumper is just nothing but net. I swear to God, every single time. Anyway, my jumper's broke today. And finally, I got one good steal off somebody else. And I go right, Euro step, right, left on Luke, finish with the left.
A little Manu.
A little Manu if Manu was a righty.
A little Ginobili. And I finished that, and Luke comes over to me, he said, damn, Hef. Or no, he calls me Yef. Damn, Yef. I don't know why he calls me Yef. My name's Yef.
Damn, Yef. Like, you must have been really athletic back in your early 20s. And I said, goddamn right I was. I'm coming back next possession on your ass. I didn't say that, but I thought it. And he said, Yef, could you dunk back in the day? And I said, what do you expect? Of course I could. Knowing
that you definitely could not.
No, I could barely touch the rim. No. I maybe can still touch the backboard now. But it made me laugh because I had one good athletic play. And besides that, my jumper is absolutely donezo. So that's where I
feel for you. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't say that I would do any better though, to be honest.
I can see your jump shot in my head, and it's
airball right now.
It's pretty broken. It's pretty broken too.
All right, let's move on. This new segment is a you segment.
Yeah.
This one is going to be called for now. Shit, my kid or kids said or did.
Yeah. You're a parent. I'm
So
a teacher.
yeah, exactly. Parent perspective, teacher perspective.
Yep.
I'll start with mine because mine's like just a cute little moment.
Yep.
Doing bat time with Cairo, and he brought it up. Like I didn't say anything that like set it up necessarily, but he was just like, "Dad, did you know that the Easter Bunny comes from the moon?" Mm-hmm. And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, the Easter Bunny comes from the moon."
And he's dead serious.
Yeah, he's dead serious. And I was like, number one, I'm thinking like, where did he get this from? And then I was like intrigued, and I wanted to ask him like,
Yeah.
what do you mean the Easter Bunny comes from the moon? So I asked him, and he's like, yeah, he just comes down and on his spaceship and brings the eggs
On Easter.
So, on Easter, yeah. And I don't know, dude. Kids are cute. The things that they say so ridiculous, and I love my son. He just makes me smile.
Yep. we actually asked him before this if
On FaceTime?
Cairo, where's the Easter Bunny come from? And what did he do?
He was like, "See ya,
See you later." He ran away.
just deep old breath.
Bye.
See you later. He's so funny, dude. 3-year-old.
For shit my kids did or said, I accidentally this week, first period, I accidentally tossed a paper into a girl's eyeball.
You accidentally tossed a paper into
I didn't mean to, but I was passing out papers, and I was trying to be efficient and not gonna lie, I try and kind of toss them pretty far at this point.
You get a paper. You get a paper.
Yeah, exactly. And she wasn't looking, and it kind of the corner of the paper got right into her eyeball. And for a second, I thought I was getting in trouble, but it made me think of the time back in summer school when I was summer school. It's 5 hours a day, and you're with the same 20 kids, and I would throw markers into the trash can.
I love that you're doing the motion right now.
From far away, from across the room.
You're really exerting yourself.
Because I wanted to show these nerds in summer school that I was a dog. And I wouldn't make many. But this time, her name was Alexa. I felt so bad. I said, "Alexa, watch this. This is money. This is nothing but net." And I tossed one as hard as I could, and it kind of slipped out of my hand and went beeline right into her dome.
Bro, this just reminds me of the story that you told last episode of the basketball just slipping off your hand.
Yeah, I'm telling you, my jumper's broke. So I threw it, and it hit her right in the face. And all the classes, "Oh, Mr. Warren!" And I just thought I was getting fired. Yeah, but she was nice about it. She was.
So you hit her like straight in the
right in the nose. Right
in the nose,
like right between the eyes. Yeah, yeah.
And her expression was
she was shocked. And she said, or thought, "Mr. Warren just hit me in the face with a marker." And I was apologizing profusely. "Sorry, Alexa, I didn't mean to. My jumper's broke."
Clearly.
But it just made me laugh. Yeah. So the paper toss into the eye made me think of that old marker toss into the face. I've done a lot of dumb shit in the classroom.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah,
markers and papers. What else?
Yeah, maybe another story for another day. There'll be more, I promise.
All right, let's move on to our last segment.
Come.
This is where we would cue the music. Mm-hmm. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know what that was.
It's got to be like the Space Jam or the Bulls music when Jordan was playing. It's got to be something
intense.
Yeah, like some.
Like some. No, it's got to be like some draft day. Like fucking.
I'm telling you.
Are you ready? Like
We'll figure it out.
Anyway, okay, so we did this segment on our last episode. We did things that fell off.
Yeah. And we're drafting like a starting five.
Yeah, like 5v5.
Yeah.
Your best five versus my best five.
Yes.
This week's theme is going to be greatest childhood lunchtime snacks.
Yep.
Oh, my pen's right here. Look at this. I've been sitting here the whole episode. All right, let's rock, paper, scissors.
Oh, you dirty dog. You know why. It's a freaking dirty ass dog. Ready? God. You they don't know why. I know why you're being dirty for this. You ready?
All right, let's go. Ready?
On shoot.
Ready?
3, 2, 1. Yes!
Fuck!
Got him again. Number one pick, the Lunchable.
Oh, my God.
Yep, got them. All of them. The pizza, the mini burgers with the mustard packets, the cheese and crackers with the one single candy bar.
Oh, my God.
Lunchables.
Okay, see, the thing that I think a lot of people might not remember from about Lunchables is that Lunchables would do like these collaboration boxes with like popular cartoons, and they were always like the coolest thing.
Yeah, it was. Whenever you had a Lunchable, it was a great lunch, no matter what.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna
Thanks,
pick.
Mom.
I'm gonna go with Gushers.
This motherfucker.
My first pick is Gushers.
Okay.
Why? Because everybody loves some Gushers.
So now my strategy has changed. This is our second time doing this.
Yeah, we had some technical difficulties earlier, and he picked Gushers over me. Fuck you.
Okay. All right. So you take Gushers. I'll take. Then I'm gonna take Fruit by the Foot / fruit roll up.
No. That's the same as Gushers, dude.
Oh no, you have 2 picks.
Oh yeah. That's right. I had
no.
2 picks because you went first.
So what do you take?
Um.
Oh shit.
Ooh. I'm gonna go Capri Sun. I'll give it to you. I'm gonna go Capri Sun.
Okay.
That's still a solid one.
So you have Gushers and Capri Sun.
Yeah, Capri Sun. There's something though to when it was like half frozen. You know, just like a little. There's like some ice in there.
Yep. You can have them.
Just.
Oh wait, do that again. Oh, nasty. Okay, you take Capri. I'm gonna take Fruit by the Foot / fruit roll up. It's the same thing. And bonus points because I would have some sick ass tattoos after lunch from the Fruit by the Foot.
Okay.
You know they were sick, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see. I'm gonna go. My next one. Okay. So people might not remember this one, but I'm gonna go not just Go-Gurt, but specifically Shrek Go-Gurt.
Okay.
That the characters like all along the wrapper, like big. It was like Shrek just.
That one
peeking
was
in.
good. What was the color? Was it green or was it pink? That one was green, right?
I think it was green.
It's Shrek.
Yeah.
Okay.
For
All
Shrek.
right.
Yeah.
All right. So you have Shrek Go-Gurt. I'm gonna go with Cheez-Its. Cheez-Its are my favorite snack to this day. So
To this day.
To this day.
What is that from?
I don't know. I just said it. So.
I think that's from something.
Cheez-Its are my go-to.
Okay, you got 3 so far.
Yeah. I have
You
the
got Lunchables. You got
Fruit
Cheez-Its
by the Foot and Cheez-Its.
Yep. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go with the Asteroid Cheetos.
Why are those better than the regular puffs?
I don't know, dude. It's just the packaging, like the texture, just like the little ball.
Why do you make it like? Why do you make that?
I don't know, dude. Okay, they're gone, and I miss them.
Are they? They're not.
Yeah, they're not around anymore.
Okay.
I think I'm pretty sure it's a thing. Like people miss them.
That's just you.
Okay.
Okay. Number 4 pick for me. I'm gonna go with the Twinkie.
Oh God!
Classic.
How did I not pick that one?
Yeah. So Twinkie, it's classic. You know, you can't beat it.
Fucker. Okay.
Little dessert.
Dude, the Twinkie. I think the Twinkie's like what I wanted the most out of like anytime I wanted to trade something.
Yeah.
At lunch when I was a kid. Okay, what do I got?
You have a drink already.
I have a drink already. Damn.
I thought you had a list of like 12 things.
I did. I'm trying to strategize here to make sure I beat you.
We'll see.
Okay. Okay. You know what? I think I'm gonna have to go. I can't pick. Oh no, I'm not gonna be cheap. I was gonna pick like what's the opposite of the Twinkie, like the little chocolate like cupcake thing.
What's it called? Dum Dum?
No.
Ding Dong.
No,
The Ding Dong. It's a Ding Dong.
No, it's not called. Is it a ding?
I'm pretty sure it's called a Ding Dong.
I don't think. Look it up, dude. You have your phone with you. Okay, I'm not gonna pick that. I'll just go. This is like I don't know. Maybe you can't relate, but someone out there can. There was like this like the OG like chocolate or strawberry milk, but it came in a bag from like the lunch lady. I don't know what it was, dude, but it was cracking a bag.
Was it this? The Ding Dong?
No, it wasn't that. It had like the little swirly thing on the top.
I don't know then. So you taking bagged milk?
I'm taking bag milk.
You lost. Okay. My last one.
Whatever.
My last one is the Mondo. In the plastic, the sugary
what
water.
What the fuck is a Mondo?
I'll pull it up.
Let me see this.
The Mondo. You had the twist off top.
Okay.
And in the plastic, it was perfect size for a kid, and it was just straight sugar, and it was money. You take down like 4 of them, or Sunny D. Can I have
4
Sunny
of
D?
them?
Yeah, 4 of them in a night, easy.
Ooh, Sunny D's a good one.
Yeah.
Damn, I already have 5.
Yeah. Well, maybe you have one more.
Oh yeah, I do have one more. Sunny D.
I gave it to you.
I'm taking it.
Damn.
Okay. All right. Let's see what
I think
objectively.
we need to have people that watch or listen.
I know.
Vote.
No, fuck that. Let's
No,
just
they have
decide.
to.
No. Okay, let's just be real here. Okay, bagged chocolate.
You already lost. You already lost.
The asteroid Cheetos. This is what I got. Capri Sun, specifically when it's half frozen. There was like 2 specific flavors, and I can't remember what they were, but they were so good.
You can't remember. It wasn't that
Gushers.
good. Okay.
Oh, I did already have 5. And then the Shrek Go-Gurt.
Okay.
So I can't have Sunny D.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I won.
Yeah, I think you would. Because you had Fruit by the Foot.
Yep.
You had Lunchables in general, which is kind of cheating.
No, it's not.
Because you had the pizza and the fucking box.
Yeah.
Like, no.
I had it all. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Okay. And then you had Cheez-Its, you had the Twinkie, and whatever the fuck Mandos are.
Mondos.
What is it? Let me see a picture.
I'll look it up.
Okay.
So yeah, you that are watching and listening, please tell me that I won.
Oh my God. No, I'll tell you that you won.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I strategized this very well.
So it's 1-1 now. You won last week. I have this week.
Yeah.
Mondo.
I'll be back. I'll be back with a vengeance.
We'll see.
Wait, it was a drink?
Yeah, it was a drink, bro.
Dude, what?
Yeah, look right here. It was the little plastic packaging.
Oh, I know what this was. Okay.
Yeah, can I show it to the camera?
Was the they're not gonna be able to see.
Yeah, they will.
The container, was it like a wax that you would chew on?
Yes.
I was wondering what those were.
You were eating the wax?
No, but people would definitely chew on it.
No, not me.
Whatever. People would definitely would. Okay, kids would. Anyway. All right, that wraps up
Episode 3, baby.
Episode 3, baby.
Uh-huh.
Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Jedi.
All right.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah, have a good week.
Thank you for watching.
We'll be back next week.
We'll be back next week.
Hopefully. Oh, maybe we won't because we're gonna
we'll be back.
Yeah, we'll try.
Yeah,
We'll see.
We're going to the Scottsdale this weekend for some golf.
Yeah.
but we'll be back.
Boys trip.
Yep.
All right. Have a good week.
Bye.